What's up, everybody, and welcome to Don's Loves Ball. This is your boy Don's here. This is going to be like a post-mortem of what happened yesterday in the Champions League final. I mean, some people rejoice, some people are upset. I mean, a lot of Liverpool fans are on social media this morning for understandable reasons why. But even before the game, they were not really that loud. So I'm quite calm. A lot of people were coming to me saying, "You must be happy, you must be happy." And look, yes, I am happy because look, they were on the verge of eclipsing our treble that we did in 1999 with this talk of a quadruple. But I always said to some people that you should wait for the end of the season because everyone chats and everyone says, no, they're going to do it. This is what happened last year with Man City. Wait until the end of the season and then we can talk because look, during the season you guys were looking fire, you guys were looking like on the verge of possibly, I don't think they were going to win a quadruple. I thought a treble. That's what I thought. I didn't even think about the quadruple, but I always thought wait until the season ends because that is when you can actually talk about things. So yeah, like one thing I would say is that judging from Real Madrid, congrats to Real Madrid for winning the Champions League yesterday. I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect them to win the Champions League, and anyone who thought that they were going to win the Champions League, they're lying because at the beginning of the Champions League, everyone will probably say Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, and PSG, before they would even put Real Madrid in their top five. So do not come here and say that, no, I predicted Real Madrid would win the Champions League from the beginning. Like, Real Madrid were going through, like, dare I say it, a rebuild of some sort, you know? They weren't really, let's be honest, they weren't really expecting to win. I think Real Madrid winning the Champions League this year is better than all the other Champions League they've won in like the last 10 years. I won't say in their history because obviously I wasn't there to witness all their Champions League wins. But it's the one last night, I think it's better because, look, they're coming from a position of like not being the strongest, and that's not the best Real Madrid team. Like personally, for me, I've seen better Real Madrid teams than that. That is not the best Real Madrid team, and they won it. I think you've got to give your hats off to Carlo Ancelotti. I mean, he was managing Everton last season, and now he's a Champions League winner. So that's one thing I'd say about Real Madrid. I didn't expect them to win it, and anyone who thinks that they were going to win it from the beginning of the season, you're lying because that no one saw that coming. And look, I saw people were busy jumping up and down and saying "Ole, ole." I mean, I'm not. I really didn't care who won the Champions League ultimately, even whether it was Liverpool, whether it was Real Madrid, but with Liverpool, I generally think that you could be very disappointed. I think what is going to happen, and I do not take any satisfaction of Real Madrid or Liverpool, Liverpool losing and Real Madrid winning the final. I really do not care. But one thing I will say is that I'm scared now. I'm scared, especially for Liverpool next season now, because I think what is going to happen is that, and I've said this to a couple of people already, is that look, people are happy that Liverpool didn't win the Champions League, but I'm not gonna come here, and act all happy because I mean my team finished sixth with 58 points. 58 points. I mean, this is not about Manchester United, but finishing 58 points in a Premier League season, that's shit. You should be finishing between 9th and 11th, mate. Like you should literally be finishing mid-table with 58 points. I mean, that's our lowest Premier League tally. But with Liverpool, I think what's going to happen now is that I think I think they're going to go into a position of a rebuild, but in a rebuild from a point of strength. Because look, Liverpool, they're not good this season. I mean, they are fucking good. Like, they are, I'm sorry to swear, but they are really, really good. You don't win or you don't lose 3 games the whole season. I think it's 3 games the whole season. I mean, that's more. Sir Alex Ferguson in his whole time, I bet he didn't lose more than, I think he never did that. I think he at least lost more than 5 games a season, and he was brilliant. So this Liverpool team, what they've done this season, despite them only winning an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup, and in their eyes, that's actually very bad because I know Liverpool don't necessarily compete for domestic trophies like FA Cups and Carabao Cups. Oh shit, man. This camera, man. Okay, man, I'm not gonna stop this video, but like, I know that they don't do that. They don't really compete for these trophies, and for them to push Man City. I feel like Man City actually overachieved this season. Well, not over. I think they underachieved. Sorry, not overachieved. I think they underachieved because you guys won the league on the last day, and Liverpool pushed you to the last day. You guys are not doing it with a blade. You guys are doing it with a checkbook. Liverpool are not doing it with a checkbook, mate. So I'm more scared of Liverpool than any other team, you know. And what I want to say is that they are going to rebuild now because I think now they're going to look at that final. And I think some ways, this might be controversial. I think some ways them losing that final last night is probably a good thing because I think they'll look at it and say, look, man, Mane, you want Salah, you want a new contract, you know. Mane might feel like he's not appreciated at Liverpool because I think he's earning less than Salah and I think he's earning less than Bobby Firmino. But he might look at that and Football Club might look at that and say, look, man, I think it's time to actually reshuffle. And I think, in my opinion, I think that the front three especially, I think they need to reshuffle that. I think they need to probably look at, you know, because I think Sir Alex Ferguson used to do this, you know. He wouldn't keep the same coaches for the first 4 years. Not the first 4 years, but like 4 years, he would like change it, you know. He wouldn't keep the same coaches. He wouldn't keep the same players. I think that's what he did when Blackburn won the league in '95. I think he got rid of Paul Ince, Steve Bruce, and I think he got rid of a lot of players, you know. So I think that is probably what, I don't think that's going to happen, but I think that's what should happen because now it's like, look, Liverpool are in a strong position right now. And in order for them to maintain that position of them competing for things, you need to reshuffle because I think now I could simply say Salah's getting old and all that stuff. But look, I thought from last night's game, I thought they were very, 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 especially Salah. I thought he was very easy to figure out. I thought he was very one-dimensional. I don't think Real Madrid had to really do much to actually like shut them down. I think Salah was very predictable. I think the whole Liverpool team was very good, but it got to a point where, like, you know, Real Madrid really they figured out what Liverpool were doing. So it's not simply saying that Liverpool was shit yesterday. No. I think that was just football. You know, you could come with the best ammunition. You could come with all guns blazing. You're the best team and all that stuff. But I think football, at the end of the day, football won. You know, because look, I think for a team like Liverpool, I think that I don't want to say it's been a good season for them because it's disappointing, you know, because you want to win things like this, and in order for you to win things like this, you need to show up in games like this. And Real Madrid, I mean, they were the underdogs. I don't care what anyone says. They were the underdogs. You could say no, they weren't, Dons. They were. No one saw them winning the Champions League this year. That Real Madrid team. Do you honestly think that Real Madrid team was going to win the Champions League this year? No. So everyone was saying PSG or Man City or all the English clubs before Real Madrid. So I think Real Madrid really, as much as they've won 14 leagues and they are like I wouldn't even say they're the underdogs in this competition. They are they are the best team in the world. You know, you don't win 14 Champions Leagues and say you're an underdog. But this season, the way they won it, I think out of their 14 Champions Leagues, they would look at this one Champions League and say, how did we do that, guys? You know, I think they fought, they stuck in with it, you know. And sometimes it's not only about quality in football. I think it's also just about this, you know. It's the mentality, you know. It's also, you could say tactical nous, you could say, you know, best players and all that stuff. But I think also it just comes down to, you know, do you have the bottle, you know? How's your bottle, you know? And Real Madrid did it, you know. They did it. And I think Liverpool fans, I'm scared, you know. I'm actually scared as a United fan now because, look, this is... Man United are rebuilding from a position of weakness, you know. We have our worst Premier League total in our history, 58 points. Like I said, that should be mid-table. We shouldn't finish 6th with 58 points. You should finish mid-table with that. That's shit. And Liverpool right now, I think they're doing very well. Like they're doing very well for what like you don't have. I mean, you have a net spend less than Sheffield United, and yet you've got to 4 finals, bro. For 3 finals, sorry, you know. And look, they won it on penalties, but I think Liverpool will probably look at that and say, you know what, man, we are lucky to be in a position of strength. It was disappointing last night, but I think there needs to be questions about that front three and maybe the whole team. Not the whole team, but like especially the front three. I think something needs to evolve. I think you need to. I think Jurgen Klopp needs to enter that second stage of his second brilliant team because we've had his first brilliant team. Which was what we've witnessed in the last 3 or 4 years with Jurgen Klopp being at Liverpool. Now I think he has to enter his second stage because when you're good, I mean, you enter stages. You don't when you're good, you don't get to the top and then all of a sudden you just maintain that. No, you have to evolve, and when you evolve, you like how I mean, like what Sir Alex Ferguson did with winning 13 Premier League titles in the last 20 years. He didn't just do it because he was a good manager. Like he evolved, he changed his teams. So I think that's what Liverpool need to do, and I think everyone being happy that Liverpool lost yesterday, it probably just shows how, how good of a team they are. Like, if they weren't so good, I don't think people would care. Like, if that was United, I think people would laugh. In fact, I think people would actually really want us to lose because then we would be like, how did United make the final of a Champions League, which was never going to happen. But it just shows how good Liverpool are, that people want Liverpool to lose. And, like, the same people that wanted Liverpool to lose, their clubs haven't even won one Champions League, yet alone more than 3. And even if you multiply their Champions Leagues, it still doesn't come anywhere near Liverpool's or Real Madrid's. So, levels to this thing, yeah? But anyway, that's all I've got to say. This is Don's checking out, so sharp.